Growing up, it was awesome to have an identical twin. There was always somebody to hang out with, and she was my best friend always. She did a lot of different stuff. She played volleyball, softball. When she went to college, she was studying to be a lawyer, had a lot of aspirations and dreams that I think that she really would have been able to accomplish given the opportunity.
June 6th of 1994, APD and UNM PD received a call about a possible body that had been stuffed down a manhole. And this is behind the pit on UNM property.
It is the only unsolved murder on UNM's campus.
Now UNM Police are asking for help finding Lisa Wortman's killer.
It was an especially brutal case, with the victim being dismembered.
Well, UNM PD, the original detectives, they followed up on every lead that they received. They did an extensive investigation, but nothing that pointed directly with evidence to an actual suspect that they could have made an arrest on. She was trying to look for a ride at that time. I think it was like 11:30 at night, and no one could give her a ride. She was also known to hitchhike. Sometimes she hitchhiked to work or different destinations that she needed a ride to. So that's another scenario.
I remember that day pretty clearly. When the news came out that there was a body found behind the pit, I had a very strong feeling that it was her.
The day that Lori called me and said they found her body, I just dropped it and I went home. And that was it until we set up funeral services, but that was really, I didn't think I could ever be that devastated, because you don't think this is going to happen.
She was a big fan of music. That was one of the things that we did a lot, is go to shows together and listen to music together. And we would go dancing quite a bit as well. Her and I got together and we got into throwing rave parties in Albuquerque. So this is like the very beginning of like rave stuff. This is probably 1992. She had never gotten herself or found herself in a position where so many people knew her. And that's sort of what happened, especially when we started throwing the raves. It's just so many people got to know her all across the city from different walks of life, and I think she really enjoyed that.
It seemed like her spiraling into the drugs just happened really fast, because she was living life, she was going to school, she was doing all the right things. She and her sister were extremely close. She was doing the rave parties, it was alcohol free, but I think the money, the fast money, kind of started taking over, and all of a sudden, she spiraled into this world that just, it sounds like just took over really fast.
I did get to see her pretty frequently for about a month before she disappeared. And throughout that time, it mostly involved me picking her up and taking her to various places to pawn her stuff or sell things or get money.
Her sister was really trying very hard to get her to stop. Lisa was desperately looking for things to sell because her addiction just was out of control. And then someone took advantage of that, and the way we found her. And so, yeah, it's a heartbreaking story all the way around. But her end does not define who she was up until then.
Because of how she was found, that person's still out there. And it takes, because of the savageness of the whole thing, it's disturbing that person is still out there and capable of doing this again. Yeah, just because of that, I think that person needs to be brought to justice.
She was smart, so I couldn't figure out exactly how she ever got to the point where she got murdered. But yeah, it would make things, I don't say easier, but I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore because I knew it was settled.
Lisa was such a wonderful person, and she had such a huge impact on my life, even though we were together just those 3 years. Yeah, I hope so much that someone can come forward with some information about what happened to her. It would mean a lot to me and so many people.
After all these years, people hold on to information, and so I'm confident that somebody out there knows something or witnessed something. And so I'm hoping that bringing this out into the forefront again, that it just either is weighing on somebody or somebody's ready to come forward and just share that bit of information that we need that will break this case wide open and hopefully, have the answers that her family deserves.